These are just the things. People say that you look like a reflection of your pets, and she's mixed, just like me. And she's got a big face, but just like me. Welcome to my first YouTube video. Well, let me retract that a little bit. It's my first YouTube video on my third YouTube channel. I'm the type of person where that if I don't get something perfect the first time, I'm the type to just stop it entirely and beat myself up and just be a perfectionist about it and just not try again. So hopefully this is the channel idea that sticks with me the most, something that I resonate with, something that I'm passionate about, and I wanted to share a little bit. These are how I've learned to speak up when you're the quiet black girl. So to help paint a picture a little bit, I grew up in the Bronx, but I also went to private school in Manhattan, and like one of those like Gossip Girl private schools, like the really rich fancy ones, where like 1 year's tuition is more than I will ever make in my entire life, to be honest. And so growing up with people who will pay that without feeling a dent, and growing up in the Bronx where having $20 is thinking about like what meals you'll eat with versus $20 over there is a boba tea, you know, that kind of really changes how you develop a little bit. And I've been juggling with that for about 16 years at that time, and then I've had to learn how to ungrow or regrow out of all of that. I had to go through this program, and I went through several programs, but they literally teach you how to fit in, how to not stand out, how to be like everyone else there, how to change your personality to fit in the mold that was preconceived for you. And so the stereotype was ingrained in me that people like me, black women, are too loud, too improper, they don't speak well, they're ghetto. First of all, I hate that word. That word rings in my brain till this day. But the stereotypes are still there. And so subconsciously, I went the opposite. I was the type to drill the vocabulary words, and I really aced my white girl accent. And worst of all, I stayed quiet. I've learned that it's better to not express myself in fear of getting judged. And so doing that has caused some really severe burnout, and I'm sure other people have experienced that too, where if you change yourself for long enough, you kind of lose touch of who you were originally, and that gets really tiring. And so learning how to undo all of that has helped me come very far. So these are 5 things that I've learned that helped me undo all of that. I stood up for myself to everyone, and I get it. It is definitely easier to stand up to some people than it is to other people. It's really scary. But what I've learned is that people aren't gonna like it, and the people that need boundaries the most are the ones that are gonna hate hearing them the most. But the reaction that they have is definitely based on their character and not yours. You did not do anything wrong by setting a boundary. And I think another thing that I've learned, and I feel like a lot of this is about the way that I speak too, that I've learned to stop downplaying my own intelligence, because I'm the type to follow my sentences with, but I'm not sure, or I could be wrong, or just any phrase of those lines. But doing that causes people to take you less seriously. And when you look like me, when people take you less seriously, they start thinking if you really deserve to be there, or if you're a diversity hire, or they question your intelligence and they question your right to be there. And no one should question your right to be there. You deserve to be there. You're there for a reason. Whether it's school or a job or a specific setting or a group of people, you deserve to be there. She looks like a loaf. Can I focus on the cat? I've been told by everyone else what my identity should have been, or what my identity should be, and balancing the opinions of everyone else with your views of yourself gets really confusing, to be honest. And I'm sure a lot of people have felt that same way. And even if you're not a woman of color, if you're just even any minority or not a minority, you've experienced changing yourself to a certain level for the approval of others. And I feel like that's just a part of society, which kind of sucks. Like, another thing that I've learned a lot is that it's important to not wait for the right moment to speak. I'm the type of person that will sit and I will think about whatever I want to say 5, 6, 7 times, rehearsing it over and over again. And then after all of that rehearsing, I end up overthinking it and then not talking at all. But at the end of the day, you're thinking about what you're saying more than anyone else is. So, for example, people will remember how you made them feel, how you made them laugh, how much of an impact that you've had on them, more than they'll remember any small comment that keeps you up at night. So I know it's easier said than done, but I think really lightening that filter and taking that pressure off of myself to always be perfect and say the right thing and act the right way helped me tremendously in social situations. And I think the last thing that's really helped my self-image is the people that you surround yourself with, I think, is really what makes the biggest difference in shaping who you are. Because who you are is somewhat of a reflection of all the people around you. And society really promotes, like, for example, like having a bunch of friends and being a social butterfly and this, that, and the third. And me, personally, I can count all of the important people in my life on one hand, and I don't think I would really want it any other way. And I think having less people influence you and who you should be, especially if you're supported by positive people, really help me navigate who I was and my identity without outside influence. You done speaking your truth? Okay. So yeah, these are just the things that work for me, and I'm not saying that these will work for you at all. Everyone lives their life their own way. But learning these have slowly, I think, changed the course of my life and my identity for the better. But yeah, let me know in the comments if any of these resonate with you, or if you have any opinions or advice that you'd like to hear for me to talk about. And as all the YouTubers say, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.